What's up everybody, Couch Mills here, and in this video we're going to be doing a deep dive into the Halo Infinite anti-cheat strategy document that 343 revealed. What is on it? What have 343 done right and wrong? We got to break it all down, but the GameLeap website is the best place that you can go to absolutely dominate with in-depth advanced tips, tricks, and guides that you won't find anywhere else. Do yourself a favor and go check it out right now down below. Now, 343 has been releasing a lot of information about ranked and about different factors, and they have been mixed as far as I'm concerned. More specifically, some of them have been insightful, and there have been parts that have just been really frustrating to read and get through, and there's been a lot of problems, and this one specifically is no different. There's a specific part in the article talking about the fact that we can't report a player in game, and they had this to say, quote, "We've heard loud and clear that we need to improve our ability to report other players in game for cheating or toxic behavior. Right now, there's an existing process through the Halo support site at aka blah blah blah, which leads to direct investigations from our safety team. While our current system is impactful, we know that we want to streamline the reporting process and make it even more intuitive by building the functionality complete in-game. It's a feature that we're working on, but it will take some time as we build and polish all the supporting system needed in the pipeline to make it run smoothly and accurately. As we get closer to the time when this feature is ready to ship, we'll be sure to share more." Ooh boy, I can't wait for you to give us a timeline, which you haven't done, that's gonna include exciting new features, like a report system in-game. Yeah, what the fuck? Someone laid this out on Reddit really cleanly, and they said, these are the steps that you need in order to report someone. You need your theater match to be viewable. Sometimes they aren't viewable because just for whatever reason, the games aren't saved. Then, you need the theater match to not be a buggy mess so that it shows somewhat accurate information. Then, you need to record the gameplay, save that gameplay to your PC, download the file, and make sure it's not over their upload limit. Then you need to go submit the ticket, and then you need to check Halo Tracker to see if the hacker is banned eventually by looking at the history of games that you played with them recently. Now, they also don't even tell you if the person that has gotten banned or if they gotten banned. They don't tell you. They don't give you any confirmation. And that means that if you suspect one cheater, you have to spend about 20 to 30 minutes on a PC to freaking try to ban said cheater. Now, I know a lot of you in the comments have been saying I've been overly negative recently, and I'm trying to make things as positive as possible, but specifically with this is just kind of repeating what we've already been dealing with, which is things that have existed in previous games for as long as forever, whether it's the old Halos or whether it's just modern gaming, their features are missing. Like just a report system, the oversight of a report system in game, and having that as like some amazing feature that needs to be worked out and built in. That just shows you that there was not a lot of foresight into this entire process. Now remember, I'm not trying to blame anyone particularly. The development cycle and the people that have worked for 343 have been cycled around a lot, and especially a lot of the heads that are leading the Halo Infinite project have come on, very last minute, and they had to fix a lot of problems. I'm not saying they're doing everything great. I'm just saying that it's important not to just point fingers and just blame people when it's hard for us as individuals to know exactly what's going on inside the company and what problems were created by someone that left the company for someone else to have to come in and fix. And yeah, that always happens in gaming. It's just very sad, the state of things. Now, this next part kind of makes me a little upset, and it's the fact that 343 confirms that they will not be reinstating Red Reticle. They said this about it. What was the removal of Red Reticle meant to do? Why did you speak to it but not other aspects of anti-cheat before this? Quote, "Our desire is to have anti-cheat be as unobtrusive and invisible as possible. It's still at our core, but this is one area where pursuing a more secure experience does show up to the player. For that reason, it needed to be discussed as many people were beginning to think that it was a bug impacting their weapon and their ability to aim, which was not the case. In no way are we touting it as a flagship anti-cheat measure. It's just one that happened to be player-facing, and therefore we wanted to provide the why behind our decision. For those of you who don't know, PC players do not have red reticle, which is a feature that has been in Halo forever, where you highlight an enemy and your reticle turns red, signifying that you're actually perfectly aiming at the enemy, and also signifying that your potential aim assist and bullet magnetism are enabled. But as to why they removed this for PC, they said this, quote, "To speak to the why again, one element of preventing widespread cheating is to make it more difficult to create cheats. Removing red reticle on PC reduces the ease of creating some homemade cheats, with triggering bots being the most common of the bunch. Rather than allowing players to create their own, quote, if pixel X turns red then fire cheat, we opt to raise the barrier and therefore reduce the number of cheats people can trivially develop. We heard the calls for it to be reinstated because there are cheaters in the game anyways, but other cheats exist does not mean that we should lower our guard in other areas. We'll continue to keep an eye on this, but we still believe this is the right decision for the health of the game as it stands right now." All right, okay. So not only has this been disabled on PC, so yeah, some people didn't even know that this was not something that you could do on PC. It was one of the top comments on Reddit, but they said that they will not reinstate it because it's too easy to make a hack, because when it's enabled, it will lock on, or when it's enabled, it will fire. I mean, what even is that? Like, you can do the same thing when people look at someone that has armor. You can make a hack any which way. That is like such a very minuscule thing. You're like, oh yeah, you know, hackers exist, so let's just get rid of the sniper rifle because it can one-shot, and we don't want a one-shot weapon if there's hackers, and it's like a countermeasure. No, what the hell? What the hell is this? Like, I don't even understand. One of the top comments was, quote, "So they can't detect an auto-clicker or what?" Another comment that I 100% agree with said this, quote, "Aren't the enemy shields red by default? Did they not consider the fact that cheaters might start using shield pixels instead? This is the video game equivalent of banning bump stocks. It literally does nothing to fix the problem." Now here's the reality. This is literally a fix that doesn't do anything. It's all freaking fix theater. It's like, hey, we're doing this because we can't deal with anti-cheat, but this is gonna help. When in reality, this is gonna do next to fucking nothing. It's not gonna do anything. The only people that it actually hurts are people that play on PC. But regardless of whether you play on console or PC, this is just one thing in the big overarching scheme that is what is going on with these articles, what is going on with this transparency. It's basically every single time the community has a problem. We have a problem with ranked. We have a problem with whatever monetization system. We have a problem with the anti-cheat, or we want red reticle back. 343, it's not like these are the problems and these are the timelines that we're gonna fix them. Some things there are like that, but with many things they are, you know what? You're having desync? Well, guess what? It's happening, and it just happens. Or maybe you have a problem with the fact that they took away red reticle and you think they should just develop like a full anti-cheat instead of doing these band-aid fixes that actually just fuck over a percentage of their players. They're like, no, actually, it solves the problem of anti-cheat, and it's the best because we know the best. We are right and you are wrong. And yeah, I mean, I'm just having a really hard time here. I'm trying to make light of the situation. I know a lot of you in the comments are gonna be like, you're being overly negative, Mills, and I'm trying not to be, okay? But this is just, fuck, God, I don't know. I'm excited for May. I'm excited for the updates that come with it, but Jesus Christ, man, I'm just, yeah, anyways, catch y'all later.